Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, The Twins Route, Episode 7. Well, this is actually the beginning of the fork for the Asa mini route, or the Asa ending. So we learned that the twins both like Aoi, and they're kind of afraid to admit so because, well, they're worried about how the other twin will react. And for Asa, it's quite emotional because she feels that, well, I am bad at everything. And even though I'm born from a rich family with a lot of accomplishments, I myself is just an average Joe. And from Yoru's perspective, she says that Asa gets looked down upon by many of her family members. And despite Yoru being a genius, she really cares about Asa and tries to support her, despite Asa not being the genius that everyone thinks that she is. So anyways, we're going to see how it goes for this portion. So Yoru is kind of upset that, well, Aoi turned her down for Asa. So Yoru tells Aoi to go back to the room and talk to Asa instead. So Yoru's kind of upset because, So even though I'm happy that he is going with Asa, it's kind of sad that he went with her. And I loved him too, and I think it's like, well, I lost for the first time. Okay, so back to Aoi. So it's hard to turn down someone's feelings for you. But thanks to Yoru getting tough, I felt a lot better. Still feeling grateful to Yoru, I went to visit Asa.
Hi.
It's me, so can I come in?
どうぞ。
Okay. I take a deep breath.
先輩。
So Asa looked oddly restless as I entered the room. And even though it was quite late, she wasn't wearing her pajamas, yet she was sitting at her desk instead of her bed. So it looked like she'd been reading a book. So sorry about earlier, about that bathtub incident.
いえ、あれはこちらが悪いので。
Well, it is my fault. So remembering the incident in the bathroom, I start fidgeting. So you're not going to bed yet?
ちょっと眠れないから、ちょうどお外に出ようかと思ってたところでした。夜ちゃんもどこか行ったまま戻ってきませんし。
Okay.
てっきり先輩と一緒かと思ったんですが、違ったんですか？
Well, sorry. Well, I was with her until a minute ago, so sorry to keep her from you.
やっぱりそうでしたか。
Yeah, sorry. So I asked her to come and meet me. So Asa looked quiet and serious.
その...
And, so it seemed like she wanted to ask something, but couldn't quite make herself. And each time she tried to speak, she seemed to swallow her own words. Well, to tell the truth, Yoru confessed to me today as well.
Huh?
So on the way home, when I told her I hear of your feelings, she confessed to me too. So I gave her my answer. So I'm sure Asa wants to know what it is. So that's what is going on.
そうですか。夜ちゃん、先輩に告白を。やっぱり夜ちゃん、先輩のことが好きだったんだ。
So apparently Asa had suspected, but hadn't asked Yoru directly about her feelings. She must have just guessed, almost positive, but still a guess. And she'd been worried and unsure what to do. And then she kissed me.
私、どうしてこんなんでしょうかね。昨日だって今日だって先輩に心配かけてばかりで、自分のわがままで迷惑かけてばかりで、風邪をひいたのだってきっと気持ちの問題もあったんだと思います。先輩や夜ちゃんと顔を合わせづらいから部活に行きにくくて、だから。
So, Asa was trying to explain that had happened to her. Oh, so let me see. So it's easy for people to get sick when they're depressed. Or they're feeling depressed. Okay. And it seemed to be the truth.
だから、分かっているんです。答えなんて聞かずとも。ソアリングだって、恋愛だって、本当に好きなのかもわからない。よりどころにしたいだけなのかもしれない。そんな私ですから、先輩は。
So Asa feels insecure. That's true. And she was even starting to doubt her own point of view, having trouble understanding her own feelings, overthinking everything and misinterpreting things. So I had to help her clear up those misunderstandings. So you know what, Asa? Well, I don't think you've noticed it yourself, but you're strong.
Huh?
And Yoru said that too. So even with all those worries you have, you still keep moving forward one step at a time. So everyone has to wonder, and things that block their way, but we try our best and keep going forward. Okay.
そんなの。
Well, not really, but... So I'm the same way.
Huh?
So I told you that I came to this town last year, right? So I lived here a long time ago, but then my family moved to another town and we left this place.
はい、聞いています。
When I was a kid, this town and the scenery here, and more than anything, my friends were so important to me. So right after we had moved, I was in so much shock from leaving everything I loved behind that I got really depressed. And I felt like I lost my whole world.
先輩が引っ越しただけでですか？
Yeah, and you know how as a kid, distances seem so much longer? I think it's probably because kids' legs are so short. Okay? And even if their legs are physically the same length, the footstep of a child, and their footsteps of an adult feel different. And to a child, just a few kilometers away feels like an adventure to another world. Okay. So since we moved so far away, it felt like we really had gone to another world. And when you leave someone once, it's easy to think that you'll never see them again. And at that time, I really thought that way. So when we moved, I thought I moved to a different world from Ageha and the other people. So Hotaru, Masasugu, Tatsuya Anchan. I got carried away thinking that I lost my dearest friends in my hometown all at once. And I wanted something to distract me from that loneliness. I needed something to help me escape. So I wanted to erase my sadness and replace it with something new. And so I got hooked on riding the bicycle that Anchan gave me when I moved. I threw myself into it completely.
そんな経緯が。
That's right. So it's all began as a way to escape. But I kept it up. I began to love cycling for itself. So when you're riding a bike, distances feel shorter, right? Yeah, because you're going faster. I even thought that if I got really good at it, I could ride all the way back to town again. Well, I wonder where the sports school was, or where it's located, because we never got to see it, and I wonder if it really is that far. Well, maybe it is. I became totally engrossed in my bicycle, which even helped me cling to that ridiculous dream. I'm a pretty simple guy, so once I get into something, I just keep doing it. Well, that's kind of like Amane. So I just rode as much as I could, and even started doing well in races. And then I lost something important to me once again. I injured my leg in an accident. So it was the second time I had lost something so precious. And it made me think that the whole world was against me, and I just stopped caring about anything. So I thought that if there was a God out there somewhere, I'd like to kill him with a rock. And I didn't know how to deal with my emotions, so I just kept getting more and more depressed. So it was like a disease without a cure. So over and over again, I lay in bed, whispering to myself, so why does this always happen to me? So I struggle so hard with that anguish, so I can understand your unhappiness or your unhappy feelings a little bit. And I wonder if it is anywhere close to what Asa is experiencing. I didn't know just how dark Asa's feelings were, but still. But in my own way, I understood just a little. So I was just tired out by everything, but then I found a new dream, and it was...
ソアリングですか?
So, soaring in the sky. Yep. And I came back to this town, and the sight of the glider whirling through the sky comforted me. Well, I'm sure he came back first, and then he found a new dream after he was helping Kotori with the wheelchair. So they both saw the glider. And in a way, it's probably another way to escape from my failures and losses and anxieties. But to actually, I think it's okay. Sometimes it's necessary to worry and to run away. Okay? So sometimes that's what it takes to move forward again. So we're surrounded by amazing people like Yoru. Surrounded by people who never seem to get scared, to run away, or even worry. It could be easy to think that that was the only way to live. But I was sure that this wasn't not the case. So there are always plenty of people who feel close to stumbling every time they walk. So I didn't think it was all strange to run away or worry. Okay, so I turned Yoru down.
え
So I told Yoru I was sorry I couldn't return her feelings.
どうして
So why not Yoru? Because I love you, Asa. So Asa constantly worried about these things, but still tried to face her problems face on, even when it hurts. She was always too serious, too earnest, and I loved her for it. So I kind of like the way that Asa acts. And I've fallen in love. So I thought really hard about it, but I guess this is just how I feel.
そんなでもヨルちゃんの方がすごいのに
So why me? Because Yoru's better. Well, I don't care if someone is incredible or not. The one I love is you, Asa.
本当ですか
That's right. So it didn't matter. And things like that just did not matter. True, really.
嘘なんかではなく同情でもなくですか
No, I really mean it. So I do love you, Asa.
妹みたいって言ってたじゃないですか
But then you say that I'm like a little sister or like a little girl. So Imouto. Yeah, and? Well, if there is a rule that says I can't fall in love with someone who feels like a sister to me.
でもそれって恋人への褒め言葉じゃないです普通は違います
But then again, it's like, well, if you're like a little sister, that means you look cute and you really need someone to look after, and I will be the person to do that. So, well, from now on, it's exactly the type of thing I say to my girlfriend. So I love you, Asa. So I tried to say it nonchalantly, but it sounded really cheesy this time. And it felt like I said something completely outrageous. Well, it kind of sounds like it. So, Asa?
私も先輩が好きです一度伝えましたけど先輩のこと大好きです先輩といると胸がざわざわして苦しくなってでもそんな辛さが心地よくって
So Asa starts to cry. So, why are you crying?
嬉しくて先輩が好きって言ってくれたから嬉しくて
So heavy tears fall from Asa's eyes. And when I saw her like that, I couldn't help but think that she was every bit as cute as I thought. So I took a step towards her, and I gave her a hug. So I wrapped both of my arms gently around her. So I'm not really used to stuff like this, but I just thought this might be the right thing to do.
そうです先輩私嬉し泣きって初めてで
So wrapped in my arms, Asa started bawling. Okay, so we just got past the confession, and I kind of like how I always shared his little story with Asa, but I don't think it really relates to Asa's problems. So things that Aoi was able to do it in the past, and he really was a cyclist, but it was just one accident that brought it all down. Whereas for Asa, it's like, well, I can't do anything. I try my best, and no matter how well I do, it always ends up being average. So anyways, let's see how it goes with Yoru back in their room.
何夜ちゃん。
姉さんはどうして先輩が好きになったの？
返答が難しいね。
Well, I can't explain.
私は未だに分かってないの。気づいたら好きだった。恋ってそういうものなのかしら。
夜ちゃん、私も多分そんな感じかな。優しいとか頼りになるとか探せばいろいろあるんだろうけど、なんだかね、気づいたらストンって。
So basically, it just happens.
空に憧れた時みたいに、いつの間にかそうなってた。
そっか。姉さん、私ちょっとだけ怒ってる。
So why?
だって勝手に私のふりして告白してるんだもん。そりゃ怒るに決まってるよ。
Well, then again, that was Kanako. It wasn't really Asa.
それは、ごめん。
But then again, I'm sure Yoru isn't happy. It's like, well, when you were playing as me, you asked that question, and that kind of makes me look bad.
私ね。でも嬉しいの。それでもきちんと姉さんが先輩に思いをぶつけてくれて。状況はどうであれ、どんな形であれ、伝えることができて、それできちんと気持ちを成就させて。姉さんが成功すると、私は嬉しい。
But anyways, I will support you.
夜ちゃん。
でも、ちょっと悔しいかな。
But I'm still kind of upset.
何せ初めて姉さんに勝負事で負けたもんね。
そうだね。確かに初めてだ。
そんな姉さんに質問です。
何かな？
先輩のいいところを10個答えなさい。
Okay, so what's one positive about Aoi? Or senpai?
何それ？
だって私に勝って先輩の心を手にした姉さんだもの。先輩のいいところはたくさん言えるに決まってるじゃない。今後私の前で先輩の話を躊躇するなんてことがあると嫌だから、それの予防も兼ねて、はい、今から先輩語り始め。
Well, I'm sure that's not going to happen.
それ無茶ぶりじゃない？
いいからやる。ほら、私に勝ったんでしょ。そのくらいやりなさいよ。
夜ちゃん怒ってない？
はい、1分経過。残り30秒。20。なんでそんな将棋みたいに、ちょっと待って。
Well, I'm sure Asa needs more time to think than 30 seconds.
ダメ。10、9、8、7。
Okay, so we don't get to see what happens next between Asa and Yoru. But anyways, so flying like sliding through the sky, the sight was what started our quest to build a glider. So, but at some point, our vision lowered from the sky to the friends around us, and another story apart from the gliders begins. So it was an accident, but once it was done, we could see that it was a comfortable one. So during the first few days of summer vacation, we all concentrated on building the glider, making up for lost time. So every now and then, Asa and Yoru were a little awkward around each other, but for the most part, they returned to being close and affectionate sisters. Okay, so it looks like everything has gone back to normal. And then we... So what's going on? So I could hear a voice.
Senpai.
So, senpai. A voice is calling me. And why was somebody calling me again? Let's see.
Senpai.
So basically, Asa calling Aoi up.
ようやく起きてくれましたね。朝食の時間ですよ。
So, time for breakfast. Wait, huh? Time for breakfast? Wait, so that's my job to make. Oh, right. So he woke up too late and... Wait, the time already? So what's going on? In a panic, I look at my clock. Okay, so he woke up late. Well, I've got to hurry and make it. It wasn't just time to make breakfast, it was already around the time we should be eating. And today we had to go to school, so every one of us had plans to go to school. So what sort of menu should I prepare now and still get ready? Or be able to make it on time? So I already set the rice cooker last night, so I just made some instant miso soup and get some tofu and or natto and or something out of the fridge.
あ、慌てなくても大丈夫ですよ、先輩。
Well, you don't have to worry, senpai. So I'm pretty sure Asa made breakfast instead. Huh?
私が作っておきましたから。えへん。
There you go. Ahem? Oh, already made it? Wait, you?
先輩が熟睡して起きそうになかったので、先回りして作っておきました。
Oh, I see. So you wake me up that early, Asa.
その、付き合うってことになったじゃないですか。だから、起こしたかったんです。先輩、そういうの、ちょっと憧れちゃうなー、なんて。
Asa. So that was it. So that type of thing sent me heart thumping.
ご迷惑だったでしょうか?
So, is there anything wrong? Is there a problem? No, not at all. In fact, I was so happy that my chest felt full to, bursting. So I felt like happiness and embarrassment were fighting for space inside me, and both of them were knocking on my heart.
というわけで、ゆっくり着替えて降りてきてください。配膳も今からやっちゃいますので。
So, get dressed. Okay, thank you. What a wonderful girlfriend. I must have been the happiest boyfriend in the whole world. Well, what a wonderful morning. I won't be mourning my decision to date her. Well, I wish he'd get dressed at this point, because he doesn't have much time left. Wow, so that pun was awful. Apparently, when I'm this happy, my brain goes all weird. Well, anyways, it was time to get dressed. There you go. And now everyone's wondering, you're late. Oh, I'm sorry, I overslept a bit. And when I went downstairs, everyone was already gathered in the dining hall. So Asa had just laid out the food on the table. So let's see. Puffs of steam floated up from the bowls of rice and miso soup, which must have been served only moments ago. And there were potatoes and spinach in the miso soup and a side dish of spinach, sesame, and fish cakes. So bits of chili pepper were visible in the side dish, which looked a bit spicy to eat first thing in the morning, but that must be how Asa likes it.
アサちゃん頑張ってくれてるよ。味噌汁とかむちゃくちゃ美味しそうだし。
And I hope Asa didn't make it so spicy that it's gonna burn everyone's mouth. Oh, well, wait, you're still here, Ageha?
だって登校日じゃない。せっかくだからみんなと一緒に登校しようかなって。そしたら葵、寝坊してご飯作ってないんだもん。
But then again, it was quite disappointing that you overslept and you didn't make it. Well, it's not my job to make breakfast for you anyways. So, Ageha, you're not a boarder.
ブーブー。
Boo!
しかし珍しいね。葵くんが寝坊なんてどうしちゃったの？
Well, a lot has been going on lately.
いろいろ？
Yeah, well, a lot.
うん？
So I struggled to cover up my slip of tongue that was close. So this could have be a different situation to explain. I didn't want to risk phrasing it poorly.
姉さんと葵先輩が付き合うことになったそうです。
So Asa or Yoru just states it out blatantly.
Yoru-chan!
Hey, I'm Yoru-chan. So still helping Asa with the breakfast, Yoru casually let out the catastrophic statement. There you go.
それで昨日いろいろあったそうです。だから疲れていたそうですよ。
And that's why he's tired.
そうなの？葵くん？
Wait, so really? True? Well...
拍手をしなさい、葵！
Come on. Let us know. Tell us. So I looked at Asa. So she is clearly panicking.
そっか、そうなんだ。そういうことになったのね。
So this is what ended up happening. That's good, says Kanako.
そういうことになりました。ちょっと、何私に相談せずに勝手に交際なんて始めてるのよ、葵。おかしいでしょ？
So why should I need a permission, Ageha?
友達なのに葵くんが相談してくれなかった。
Wait, you two Kotori? Oh crap. So now, what was I supposed to do?
大変そうですね、先輩。
Well, you're in trouble. You have lots of problems to deal with, senpai. Well, this is your fault, Yoru, so you didn't have to tell everybody about it.
私を泣かせた罰ですね。
Well, then again, you made me upset, so I'm getting back at you.
葵、夜ちゃん泣かせたの？
No, well, I mean, oh man. So it is true, I made her cry, but. Well, you did make me cry, and you can't cover it up any way you want. So, yeah, she's enjoying this bit of revenge.
というか、それで昨日いろいろあって寝不足って、葵くんは何をしてたのかな？
So, what are you going to do?
まさか。葵、そういうことなの？
Well, I don't even know what's going on, but you're all wrong, right, Asa? So her reaction was probably going to make them misunderstand even more.
そういえば、今朝調子が悪かったのよね、ベッド。足、きちんと補強しておかないと。
So you already got everyone confused, so there's no need to mislead them even more. So, too bad. Come on, Yoru. So stop making things worse than they already are.
葵、手を出すのが早いわね。葵くんが大人の階段登っちゃった。
No, I haven't. Okay, so that was a good comeback from Yoru. And I kind of like seeing how Kotori and Ageha are a little bit jealous, given that they've been with Aoi much longer, especially for Ageha, compared to the twins. So it looks like Ageha and Kotori kept teasing Asa and me throughout the entire breakfast. So even Yoru Asa gets impacted. So they kept saying how long we've liked each other and who admitted it first and things like that.
朝から大変でしたね。
Well, I'm sure Asa will be okay with it. Well, seriously. So thanks to all that, I was exhausted before we even reached the school. I was already tired out first thing in the morning.
ごめんなさい。ヨルちゃんがあんなこと言うなんて。
Well, no, you don't need to apologize, Asa. So you're the one. So Yoru's like, ha ha ha, I made you all feel bad, and that's in return for making me feel bad. Oh man, so she said all those things about being alright, but she was really holding this against me, wasn't she? But maybe she was doing this for my sake. So this was probably her way of helping me out. Kind of, making me feel like I didn't have to tiptoe around her. So everyone would have found out about me and Asa sooner or later, and I suppose it was as good an opportunity as to any to let everyone know at once. Okay. So I try to think of it that way at least.
そういえば昨日の夜、ヨルちゃんとたくさんお話ししました。
So what?
先輩のことをいろいろです。
So at least Asa's happy now. It's like, yeah, we talked about you. Really? So, what do you say?
秘密です。
Secret? So if you're going to tell me, don't bring it up in the first place. So if it's gonna be a secret, then don't mention it.
でも秘密は秘密なんです。
But the secret, and it's probably a way to get Aoi to think, so what were they talking about? So this vague conversation was making me uncomfortable. Okay, but I guess it is a good thing. So seeing that Asa and Yoru had made up again.
なになに？登校時から早速ラブってんの？
So we're not lovey-dovey. So what does lovey-dovey mean anyways?
私が思いついた単語よ。ラブラブってるの略。
Well, I'm not even sure lovey-dovey is a real word anyways.
んで、さっきは聞き損ねたけど、結局どうして妹の方は葵くんに泣かされたわけ？
Huh? Well. So come on, Kotori. So just let that conversation go already.
ま、いろいろあったんですよ。そのいろいろが気になるんだけど。
Well, I want to hear about it.
いろいろです。先輩に聞いてください。
Wait, what?
葵くん、いろいろって何？
Yeah, various things.
どうして教えてくれないの？
Well, it's not something I really feel the need to tell you about. And with that, the big hubbub finally settles down for a bit, and my new life with Asa as boyfriend and girlfriend begins.
Oh, 久々だな、葵。
So how's it going in school? So when we entered the classroom, one guy came running over looking happy to see us. So it hasn't really been that long, and you saw me when we were swimming recently, right? So you trying to take pictures?
あの日はお前たちのせいで大変だったんだぞ。あかりさんに嫌われそうになるし。
Then why do it? Question mark. Well, that wasn't my fault, I think. So why would Masasugi want to do it anyways? Okay, so let's see. Went too fast. So that day, Mabo had been caught secretly taking pictures. There you go. And Kotori and the others had reported him to Akari, telling the whole story from beginning to end. And it was a pretty cruel punishment, given that he begged them on hands and knees not to tell Akari. It's like, well, you did something that's pretty bad, and we should let Akari know about this, so maybe that'll teach you not to do it again. So naturally, I enjoy watching all of this.
生徒会の雑用もたくさん押し付けられちまうしさ。おかげでほとんど休みもなかったし。
And now as punishment, Akari gave me more work to do, so I will not have any time to do another sneak photo shoot. Poor Mabo. So what is it, Kotori?
いや、久しぶりに来て思ったけど、教室ってなんだかいい匂いがするわよねと。いろんなものとか人の匂いが混じり合ったような、なんだろう、とにかくいい匂いよ。
This sounds a little bit perverted.
変態じゃないわよ。
しかし、小鳥の口から通学を喜ぶような言葉が出るとはね。月日も流れたってもんだわ。
だって葵くんには彼女ができたしね。
So Kotori spoke so casually. Well, of course, Mabo didn't know about that yet, so...
葵お前彼女できたの？
Now he does. So he is surprised. Well...
ソアリング部のアサちゃんだよ。
確かにお前最近仲が良さそうだったけど。
So did Masasugi want one of the twins as well? Instead of Akari? Well, probably not. Well, yeah, so that's what's up. There was no point in hiding it, so I just told him. And though there was no real reason to tell him either, so I hadn't wanted to bring it up.
そうか。なんだ。とりあえずおめでとう葵。
But anyways, congratulations. Yeah, thanks.
そっか。葵に彼女か。彼女ね。
I wonder if Masasugi is jealous. Like, well, they went ahead and I'm still lagging with Akari. Wait, Mabo?
おい、積もる話もあるだろうが、みんな席につけ。ホームルームの時間だぞ。
It's like time for class. So our teacher comes into the room.
はいはい、先生来ちゃったわよ。マーボーは自分の席に行った行った。
So back to your seat.
どうしたの？
いや別に。頑張れ。
何あれ。
I wonder. So there were no classes on the first day of school, and so all we had to do was listen to some announcements and greet each other. So an easy day for everyone. So we had an all-school assembly, an all-grade assembly, and then a few short discussions about career plans and school events, and then we are dismissed. And the longest part of the whole day was probably the principal's pointless speech in the gym. So all that talk about, wow, this is a great school, all of you are great people, we can make great things happen, all the dreams come true, some stuff like that. But still, listening to other people's lecture for half a day was pretty tiring, and by the time homeroom ended, again, I felt dull and heavy.
おうおう、疲れとるね。
So school really is tiring, isn't it? I just can't believe I dealt with this every day.
ほんとよ。昔のこの学校がどうだったかなんて興味もないしどうでもいいっつの。
So Kotori seemed to seriously resent the principal's speech.
まあでももう終わったじゃん。ほら、今から楽しい部活の時間よ。
So club time.
そうね。まるで地獄から抜け出せた気分。今日も元気に部活するとしましょうか。
So Kotori stretched as she spoke.
葵は朝ちゃんとこに寄ってから来るんだよね。
Yeah, I thought I'd go meet her. I was planning to eat lunch together first. So, want to join us?
遠慮。恋人さんたちは二人で仲良くしてなさいな。それに今日はもう先客がいるから。
No thanks, you're a couple, so it's best that you two enjoy lunch together. Already booked.
そう。先にご飯の約束があるの。私と小鳥はそっちでご飯だから。
So, I'm going with Kotori.
そう。私たち恋人いない女たちはウィンディーで慰め合ってくるんだから。
Well, you don't have to put it that way, so it sounds like you're jealous.
というわけで、おっさき。
So, see you later.
また後でね、葵くん。
And they leave. They really don't have to tease me quite that much. Oh well, I should go meet Asa then. And Yoru will probably be there too, so I should probably invite her to lunch as well. So she might not want to, considering what had happened before, but if that was the case, I am sure Yoru will have no problem telling me directly. Okay, so he visits Asa. So I hesitated a moment, but it seemed to be okay, so I walked into the classroom. And pretending I was already used to it, I walked up to Asa's desk and invited her out. Okay, so I came to meet you, but wait, so where's Yoru?
実はさっき先輩たちが来て夜ちゃんを連れて行ってしまいました。
So I think Kotori and Ageha invited Yoru to come along as well. It's like, well, let Asa and Aoi be alone. Okay, so yeah, Kotori and Ageha?
はい。小鳥先輩とアゲハ先輩とかなこさんが来てました。
And also
それで
Kanako.
夜ちゃんに一緒にご飯に行こうって。
I see.
きっと気を利かせてくれたんだと思うんですけど。
Well, that's obvious. They really did need to go that far. Or didn't need to go that far. So this almost seemed to go further than leaving, so it almost felt like we were going to be left out. I felt a little lonely. So anyways, let's go.
はい。
Okay, so, but actually Kanako may have been looking out for Yoru's feelings more than ours. It might have been uncomfortable for Yoru to be invited to eat with me and Asa, or to be with us too, much at all right now. I noticed that there were a lot of really kind people in my life, and I'm grateful. So what should we do now? So I thought maybe we could eat lunch and then head to the club together, but so I've been so rushed in the morning that I hadn't prepared any lunches or anything.
実はですね、ご飯あるんです。
Well, I mean lunch. Huh?
朝お弁当作ってきたんです。先輩と私の分、食材勝手に使わせてもらいましたけど。はい。
Wow, really?
だから一緒にどうでしょうか。お口に合うか不安ですが。
So is it okay? Well, I love to. Well, thanks.
じゃあ風車の丘で食べましょう。あそこ景色いいですし、お尻ちょっと汚れちゃいますけど。
Sounds good to me. Let's go. So we headed to the usual place. So what's this place? So what is Asa? So Asa keep reaching out her hand and then pulling it back over and over again.
なんでもないです。なんでも大丈夫です。
Huh?
気にしないでください。
Well, don't worry about it. Well, I couldn't help but worry about it. So reaching her hand out and pulling it back, So reach, retract. Okay, so give me your hand. So I took Asa's hand and held it. So is this alright?
そうです。恋人になったんだから手くらいつないでみてもいいのかなって。
Well, thank goodness. So if I guessed wrong, that would have been really embarrassing.
合ってたから大丈夫ですよ。
So Asa's hand squeezed mine back in response, and it was just as warm as soft as I imagined.
先輩の手大きいです。
And yours are small and cute.
でも指短いといろいろと不便なんですよ。指短いと不器用らしいですから、いろいろと。
So that's so? So the conversation grew awkward. I was getting uncharacteristically nervous. And I could feel my heartbeat growing faster out of nervousness. So isn't my hand getting sweaty? So if it's gross, then you can let go.
いえ、大丈夫です。こちらこそ、すみません。緊張しちゃって。
No. I'm the one. So I'm also kind of nervous. So both of them are finding it hard to respond to each other. So suddenly, both of us grew silent. I just couldn't come up with anything to say. So my brain struggles to come up with some kind of conversation about holding hands, but I couldn't think of anything. So what should I say? I need to talk, or this will get uncomfortable.
先輩?
So as I was worrying, Asa spoke up. So what is it?
恥ずかしいですね。
So, and just what I've been thinking. Yes, it was definitely embarrassing. So, should we stop then?
いえ、このままがいいです。
No. Okay.
はい。
So, as we try to fight off the awkwardness, we arrive at our destination. Okay, so they're going to Windmill Hill with all those wind turbines. And we'll see how their date progresses in the next episode. So, it is kind of embarrassing for Asa and Aoi to be together. But hopefully, it does invite lots of potential for Asa to really shine. And I'm kind of wondering if the other female students are spying from a distance. Well, I'm sure not. So, anyways, for Masasugu, he kind of asked for it. So, if you really wanted to be careful, you shouldn't have done it at all. And plus, he already has a car, so there's no point of him going to the secret lake side with a camera to take pictures of the twins in swimsuits. But then again, that's already past and such. So with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.